Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today we're back in Elite Dangerous because it's been a little while since I played this actually. It's probably been, or at least on this main server I guess. I mean I did that video on the update 1.1 beta, but even that was about a week ago and I haven't really done anything since then. So it was past time to jump in and see what was going on. So I mean 1.1 has been released now. It actually wasn't in beta for very long, which is probably why it launched with a couple of pretty serious bugs. I think those bugs have been resolved now. I know there's been, what, 4 hotfixes already put out, so they are definitely kind of hammering out issues at Frontier as they crop up. Although, realistically, I would have thought the whole point of having a beta was to solve those issues then. But anyway, that's beside the point, I think. So yeah, so I'm just kind of flying around in my ASP in the Amphisatsu system, which is where I spend 99% of my time for whatever reason. And what's actually going on here is we have a civil war at the moment. So we've got these two factions, Amphisatsu Industries and Amphisatsu Defense Party. They are not very happy with each other. And as you can see, they are in a civil war, so that's pretty cool. And what's really good is that these are both independent systems. So basically I can pick a side in the civil war and it won't affect my reputation with the Empire, because this is an Empire system. So I guess if if one of these sides was Empire and I picked the independent side, that would probably harm my reputation with the Empire, and obviously I don't want to do that because I want to get a Clipper one day. But yes, so I thought let's jump into one of these zones, which I'm actually very close to one, and we'll do some combat. And this is actually pretty stupid of me because once again I'm going into combat without enough credits to pay for my insurance costs, so yay for me. Do as I say and not as I do, or something like that. So you might see me run away from here very quickly if it looks like I'm about to die, but hopefully it won't come to that. So yeah, let's jump in here, and I've already been in here once before, just kind of testing the waters, and I can't remember what faction I was supporting. That's a bit embarrassing. Has my reputation changed with either of these yet? Doesn't really look like it. I guess it doesn't matter which one I support. There's no players in here, or at least there's not yet. I am playing in open mode, so there is the possibility that somebody will jump in and just annihilate me. Let's support Industries, because that's the one on the top. It's always a great justification for joining a war. I just picked whichever faction was easiest. So let's go in here. You might notice I'm using a slightly different loadout to normal. I've got one class 2 gimbaled beam laser, and then I've got 5 multi-cannons, one of which is class 2. Is that a Python? Anaconda. Ooh. He's on full health. I don't want to get stuck into him yet. Let's go after this Imperial fighter. I'll get a whole 1,000 credits for taking him out, if I can hit him. Once his shields are down, he'll drop like nothing. Hopefully they add this as a flyable ship, the Imperial fighter. I mean, it's obviously not a strong ship, but it looks cool. I mean, you can see it's not a strong ship, just that one burst with the multi-cannons took it out. But they do look cool. The Imperial ships just look better, for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure. There's a bunch of asps in here. Another fighter. There's that Anaconda. Oh, looks like his shields are down. Or almost down, I should say. Let's target his power plant. And we'll see if I can take him out. I mean, the rewards are significantly improved with update 1.1, as I covered in the beta video. It's still not fantastic for the large ships. I think the ships like the Anaconda should give you more of a reward for successfully taking them out. But it's still a lot more than you used to get, so I suppose that's a bonus. His shields are down. Let's see if we can take this out. And the good thing about running so many multi-cannons is that they actually require very little heat, or they generate very little heat, and they require very little power. So I can basically just keep firing until I run out of ammo, or until somebody starts shooting me. Can't actually see what that was that hit me. But his power plant's already down to, what's that, 56%, so I'll just keep spamming away at him. And of course the gimbaled weapons mean that it'll kind of stay on target. He looks like he's using those fragmentation cannons or whatever. Not quite sure why. Power plant is down to 30% now. See, a large number of multi-cannons is pretty good, because I don't need a lot of power to my weapons, so I can actually have... Where are you? I'm going to boost away from that. I can actually put more power to my shields, and I can keep firing the multi-cannons without having to worry about running out of power, which is a really nice thing. Especially in this ASP, because it doesn't have the greatest shields in it at the moment. But it's like it's a massive cost to replace those. I'm not sure if you've noticed as well, the multi-cannons actually do have a different sound effect now, which is pretty cool. Some of the sounds that were changed in 1.1 appear to be bugged or something. I don't really know what the deal is with that. Things like the Imperial Clipper, apparently that sound was actually bugged for a lot of people. So that's unfortunate. So I am actually getting the thermal overload now, so I'll put a bit more power to my weapons and it'll blaze away. His power plant's almost down. 2%, come on. 0%, there we go. And I didn't get the kill credit for that, which is really annoying. I'm also out of shields. Well, that's a pain. I was on 22,000 credits before I came in. Now I am on 23,000 credits. And the Anaconda, I think, should have given me about 18,000. So that's actually really annoying that I didn't get the kill. But oh well, not much I can do about it. And it seems like all the enemies have gone away. I wonder if I was too far away from the conflict zone. Because I think if you get too far away from it, like from this main nav point or beacon, I've heard that it can stop working or something. I've never experienced it myself, but maybe I just did then. I'm not really sure. I don't know what the distance is that is considered to be too far away. Oh well. I guess that was a colossal waste of ammunition. At least multi-cannons are pretty easy to resupply. So let's go... Who shall I attack? Something easy.
Target shields offline. Target shields
There's
offline.
Asp, I guess. Let's see what he's up to. We don't have many green dots down this way. Might have to get some reinforcements here. Although of course not everything shows up on the radar, I don't think, especially at range. And I'll have to put more power to my weapons if I'm going to use this beam laser. But with only having one beam laser as well, again, this is a good aspect of this loadout. You can just blaze away like forever if you've got a decent power distributor and power plant. And his shields are almost down. I'm actually going head on with him, which I don't really want to be doing, especially given how low my shields are. So I get out of there. I know that some of these ASPs do carry railguns. I've actually seen one with a pair of railguns, and that took my shields down pretty quickly. And of course, I think the thing is with the ASP as well, because I'm in an ASP too, they can actually mass lock me, which basically means I can't run away from them as easily, or at all.
Under attack.
Let's give this guy a bit more. Just hit the booster. And he's using cannons by the looks of it. I should actually just check his weapons in the subsystem. There's 2 frag cannons, 2 railguns, 2 cannons. Okay. So if those railguns hit me with my shields where they are, that wouldn't be very good. I've got full power onto my systems, but it does still take a while to recharge. So I'm going to leave this guy go for a bit. And again, this is the thing about doing combat when you can't afford your rebuy costs. You tend to be very cautious, I think. But still, it beats trading, if I'm honest. I know realistically I should just go out there and just put a few hours into trading, but I just really don't want to. So, unfortunately, it's the only real way to progress at the moment, because combat just doesn't earn you enough credits. So that's a bit of a pain, really. I mean, it's not that there's anything wrong with trading or anything like that. It's just, I think for me, I need to be willing to I need to be in the mindset that I can just kind of sit down and do it for a few hours, and today I'm not in that mindset, basically. So, which is why I'm here, risking my my very expensive ship without enough credits for insurance. So, yay for me. Anyway, this guy's got his shields down. Let's see if we can take some advantage of that. I'll actually target his power plant. There we go. And that should be good enough. Make sure his shield's down. Cool.
Target shields offline.
I'm going to keep full power onto my systems, at least until I see my weapons starting to overheat. just so that I can kind of maintain a bit more shield power, basically. Because I think having full power to the systems also means that you actually have a bit more shield strength. Hello. Flying a little bit close there. Yes, obviously having more shield power is a good thing. I probably could have kept firing there and not had to worry about friendly fire, given that that's another thing that this update changed, but at the same time it's best not to risk it. Waiting for a second while all my weapons reload. It's down to 35% on the power plant. My shields are doing pretty well. And they are actually overloading now, so I'll put powder in my weapons. But you saw how much fire, like how many shots I got off before I actually had to worry about that, so that's pretty good, really. And he's actually a long way away. I wonder if he's about to frameshift jump out. Let me chase him a little bit.
Target shields online.
He did get his shields back up, which is unfortunate. He's kind of thrusting downwards at the moment. And we'll end up going head to head again. Why not? Now I'm thrusting the other direction. And once I've got his shields down, I should be able to get him down pretty fast, I think. A bit more power to the weapons. Oh shit, my shields are going down quickly too. Okay. Lucky I didn't actually take any damage there. So this should be him done. Yep, there we go. Cool. Oh, that works. But again, all that work for 7,000 credits. I mean, if I'd killed an asp at a nav beacon, I'm thinking, well, that was what? Was that elite or dangerous or master or something? So that would have been what, 30,000 credits at a nav beacon or something like that if he was just a criminal with a bounty. And that's kind of the problem with combat zones. Even after they've increased these rewards, it's still not exactly profitable. Or, well, that's not quite the right word. It is profitable, it's just not worth doing. That's probably a more accurate way of saying it. I mean, if I'd really been thinking about it, I would have gone and gotten some missions, because I have no doubt that there are Warzone missions available in this system. I think whenever there's Warzones around, I think the systems around the area will generate Warzone missions, and you can get a few, I'm thinking, what, 11,000 credits, roughly 9 to 11,000 credits for that mission. But still, it's not worth it, is it? I mean, the thing is though, it's enjoyable, and that's why I'm doing it. And that's the trade-off, I guess, with Elite, at least at the moment. I don't think it's how it should be, but for the time being, it's what we've got. You've got that trade-off between enjoyment and trading. I say that, I'm not speaking for everybody when I say that, by the way. If you enjoy trading, then absolutely have fun with it. But for me personally, that's the kind of compromise that you're talking about or dealing with, I guess. I don't really know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just kind of making noises with my mouth, I think. Let's see how this goes. And I'm not sure if you've been able to notice the difference. I've turned the game up, like the graphics settings for the game up to the ultra setting, whereas previously I was running on, what was I running on? High, maybe, very high. So again, that's just the advantage of that new graphics card, so that's pretty cool. And it's still very stable. And this is a pretty well optimized game, so the graphics are generally pretty good. So we'll keep blazing away at this asp. Give him a bit of the beam laser as well. Something's shooting at me, don't know what. Actually going to boost after him. And that might have been a mistake if I go straight into him, but his power plant is down, so that kind of worked. What's this over here? A Cobra. Yay, another 7,000 credits. Awesome. It's only, what, how much more do I need to cover my rebuy costs? A fair bit more, I think. What's my R? Right, yeah, a little bit more. Just a little bit. And then I'll finally be able to afford insurance. I could actually afford it before I bought a Class 2 beam laser. The thing is, a single one of those is 500,000 credits, so... Still, it's doing the job, so I guess I can't complain too much about that. So let's get a bit closer to this Cobra. travelling pretty slowly. Alright, so that should be good. And this guy should be a bit easier to deal with. He's obviously not going to have 6 weapons that he'll be shooting, so that's immediately makes things a little bit easier. But he's going head to head with me, so we can see he's got 2 cannons. What else has he got?
Under attack.
He may have railguns. I think once elite enemy or enemies in elite reach a certain level, they start using railguns a lot more, I think. So once I get a moment, I'll actually have a look at his subcomponent screen, and we'll see what he's running. It is just a handy little trick doing that, especially with higher ranked enemies. It's always good just to know what you're coming up against, otherwise you might find yourself running into 2 plasma accelerators or something like that, and just being like, where the fuck did that come from? So if you spare a couple of seconds, have a look at the sub-targets. See, we know 2 cannons, a burst laser and a mine launcher. The mine launcher is nothing to worry about. The burst laser he doesn't seem to be using. I mean, from what I can tell, he's only using his 2 cannons. So that's really not much of a threat. I mean, the cannons against shields don't really do much. At least not a lot. And he does have chaff, which he's just used. That's kind of screwed me for a little bit. That should dissipate in a couple of seconds, and there we go. And the problem is really he's just more maneuverable than me, so it takes a bit longer to kill him. Let's just kind of boop him. No, he avoided it. I was going to go for a bit of a ram there. I don't actually know why I'm still using my beam laser. I should be using the multi-cannons. There he's got his shields back up. I think I'm passing out or something in my seat. I don't know why I was just beam lasering him while he had his shields down. I should have been hitting the multi-cannons there. Oh well. I think he might have just dropped a mine. If you saw that that little grey square or whatever it was moving away from his ship, I think that was a mine being dropped. He could have just been losing some cargo or something, but it doesn't really matter. I can't see any white indicators on the radar, which I think a mine would show up as. Let's get a bit more power into my weapons. So he's on 24%. He won't take much more. We got I got a lot of, if I can even speak. We got a lot of good solid hits into him then. So another round of that, and we should be good. I think I must have disabled his weapons or something. He wasn't doing a whole lot there. Oh, there he goes. All that for 4,000 credits. Wonderful. Well, let's jump out of this Warzone, shall we?
Frameshift drive charging.
So it is nice getting more than 3,000 credits per ship, but as I was saying, I don't think it's I still don't think it's as good as just going to a nav beacon or a resource extraction site or something like that and actually doing bounty hunting, which is kind of unfortunate, really. But hopefully they will continue to kind of tweak and update that. And it's definitely a good change that they made. I just think it might need to go a little bit further. But that's just my opinion, so the opinion of one guy on the internet doesn't really matter all that much. I was thinking about going to check out the community goals as well. I mean, from what I've seen, they're also not particularly worth doing. I mean, the sheer amount of work that you have to do just to get that into the top tiers of the rewards seems to be pretty insane from what I've seen on the forums. Obviously, I haven't seen it myself yet because I haven't been there yet on this main server. But yeah, it seems to be a lot of work for what you get in the end of it. So I'm not quite sure if it's worth heading over there. There's also the problem that apparently there is just an absolute ton of piracy happening over there, which isn't really a surprise, I guess. It's basically an area where there's a ton of traders congregating, so of course there's going to be a ton of pirates heading there as well. But I think the end result of that is it's driving even more people into solo mode, at least while they're doing that trading. So again, I mean, you can't really say that's a surprise, can you? That seems to be the way a lot of this game has been going when it comes to piracy and trading and all that sort of thing. But anyway, it could be interesting seeing how the community goals work out. And probably should be slowing down a little bit. Yeah, that's kind of worked.
Scan detected.
Oh no, I'm being scanned. 41. Where's that? There it is. Well, anyway, I'm not quite sure what I'm still talking about at the moment or anything. This has been just kind of another rambling video, I guess. But I did like doing a bit of combat. It is fun, I think. It's always cool. I just wish there was a bit more incentives to do it, I think. Or a bit more reward for putting in the time to do the combat, I guess. I don't know. That's obviously only my opinion on that. But anyway, well, I guess I'll leave this one here. So just a strange rambling about all sorts of things video. So until next time, I've been Vornskyr. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.